Hello, welcome to this week's episode. I have Alex with me back again after his successful Justin. Who was it you called for the breakout last week, Alex, or the last time you were on?
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, that was it. Yeah, I always forget. I always forget Kyle Pitts' name for some reason. I don't know why. So we'll do the usual thing this week. We'll go through the league, chat it through, see what's going on, chat through the actual news in the NFL, and look at a few of the coming games for this week. And just starting with the news really quickly, there is obviously some massive implications with the old OBJ going to the Rams. What do you think of that one?
Um, I, for fantasy's sake, like for Cooper Cup and Matt and Stafford, it's probably gonna hurt them because Odell's gonna demand some targets. So I think that's gonna hurt the chemistry they have together.
It from a purely divisional standpoint, me being a Cards fan, I was outraged when I saw that they had somehow taken OBJ off the market just after getting the Von Miller trade through a week before. The Rams just keep getting these trades and these pickups every year, and it just crushes your soul a little bit.
Yeah, they're trying to go all in for a Super Bowl. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll pay out for them though. It's a lot of superstars, a lot of egos on one team.
Yeah, that's a massive thing where the OBJ starts shouting for targets, and we don't know if OBJ is actually any good anymore. And
Right.
plus the fact that he seems to be the third option there. Does he go ahead of Woods? I think it's probably Cooper Cup, Robert Woods, OBJ.
Um, I think I think OBJ will probably end up complaining enough to where he takes over Woods' targets.
He'll play the bitch card and just take over the whole Rams offense and just complain and complain and complain.
Yeah, pretty much.
I, I'm pretty sure he'll be in the backfield taking snaps at some stage if he wants to keep going at this rate.
I'm sure he'll be getting some handoffs for sure.
100%. Could you imagine OBJ? Well, I've seen him throw passes before. They weren't great.
Yeah, I don't know if McVay's gonna let him do that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shocker. That was the main news from the fantasy world. There's been a few injuries I've seen going through and a few mad things, but there's nothing really else fantasy news relevant in the last couple of days, is there?
Cam Newton,
Oh, I forgot about Cam.
Cam Newton back to the Panthers. It's gonna help DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson out a lot.
Well, it can't get any worse anyway. I don't know if it makes it any better, but
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
poor Sam
Sam,
Darnold.
same Darnold.
Same Darnold. It really hasn't gotten any better. They were looking for excuses to bench him.
Yeah, it's they were gonna just put in PJ Walker, but I guess they figured who knows the Panthers offense better than Cam Newton.
How many dynasty waiver wires did you run to straight away with the Cam Newton news? Just looking to see who is he sitting on waivers.
I got I got him in one dynasty league.
Oh, that's pretty good. I saw people trading for him yesterday. I saw a third round pick getting traded for him, and I was like, I don't know if that's even worth that. How do you gauge this?
Yeah, we'll see. I guess next week when he comes out and plays.
Yeah, hope I like Cam. I actually do like Cam. He's a bit
Yeah,
over the top, but he's a fun guy to have around.
yeah, he's gonna be good for fantasy purpose for sure, and good
Can't
for
believe it.
football.
I don't know if CMC is going to be happy when Cam tries to vulture his touchdowns.
I don't think he really cares at this point. I think he's just happy to be back on the field for being gone for so long.
Yeah,
But
CMC's
but fantasy owners won't be happy for sure.
yeah, the CMC injury's been brutal this year. I think the amount of people who've gotten caught with it has just been horrendous.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, anyway, we'll jump into our league, the Super Mega League, and we'll talk about who's in the playoffs and what's going on in there at the minute. So I'll give you a quick rundown. Currently, I'll explain the actual format of the league for anyone who's never heard of it before. It's four leagues in competition in dynasty format where we're gonna We're going to take the top two from every league and make them play a little mini tournament at the end. Winner takes all. There's a nice hefty prize sum sitting there at this stage. I think I worked it out. Every league winner will get 250, and it's something like four or 500 for the overall winner on top of his 250 if he wins his league
Oh
or
my
her.
goodness.
Yeah, so you could theoretically take around home about 750 if you win your own personal league and you win the overall league. So
Yeah, I'm well out of mine.
there's always next year though. You can always rebuild.
Yeah, it's not rebuild, it's staying healthy.
So in 101, Smithy Dubs is permanently here. They're 7-2, and Tucson Tryhard is also 7-2. When I was going through these leagues this week, there's a lot of 7-2 teams. No one's gone over
Mm.
7-2 though, so everyone's got a couple of losses. In 101, Miles was the highest score this week with 127. And then that brings it nicely to 102. So you can talk about how badly your league is going for us.
I think mostly it's just injuries on top of injuries. It's been bad. I think this year is worse than last year with the injuries.
So Jacob Rich is actually in your league. He's 7-2 as well, but he has
Mm.
1,055 points. And then Fantasy Candyland is also 7-2 with 933.78. We'll go through like the actual who's in the hunt in a little bit more detail in the next stage of the podcast. But I did notice that the next team in 102 had a very high score, and they're probably disgusted at the fact they're not a little bit higher.
Yeah,
Jacob Rich also put up the highest score of 116.66 last week in that one, and I think that was against you, was it?
yeah, yeah. It was. I had James Conner on the bench, and
Oh no!
yeah, it was disgusting to watch.
My girlfriend had James Conner on her bench as well last week, and yeah, obviously I help her a little bit with the fantasy choices, but when she was going through her phone and she saw James Conner was sitting on her bench, I got a fairly dirty look.
Yeah, I mean, no one expected it, but this week you can. I mean, Chase Edmonds is out, so he's going to be the
Yeah,
only one back there.
and they'll give Benjamin some carries, but he's not going to take. I think Connor's still going to
No,
get all the workload, and
no, he's gonna.
they're also playing the
Yeah.
Panthers, so you can expect points.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get his carries, especially down there in the red zone.
Yeah, I also think they probably don't want to run Kyler too much with the injury. They probably just want to get him out of there as healthy as they possibly can.
Right.
103 then. I am Groot 7-2, 1036, and Kai Undergrace 7-2, 1,000 points. So they're both 7-2 with healthy scores, and then Eli the IT guy with 120.8 from
It's
last week.
a good
Uh,
name.
yeah, you actually find some great names when you go through these leagues. There's some good names that haven't really gotten in the playoffs that I'm happy because I don't
Hmm.
want to say them out loud. Uh, CMC Donald then from 104, dominating as per usual, 1086 with 7-2 record. And then Louisville Elite with 6-3 record, 939. And then Dak Stack Attack had the highest score out of all the leagues this week with 135.58. That brings us nicely through all of that. And we're quickly going to talk about the trades of the week. I couldn't decide this week, so I'll go through the two trades. So the first trade was Donovan People-Jones, a 2022 first and a 2022 second for Nick Chubb. What do you think? What would you prefer?
Mm, I mean, I have Nick Chubb, uh, so that's he's not been what you expect from him on a weekly basis, but that's because Kareem Hunt and injuries and COVID and but I don't know. I don't know if I would offer
Ye-
the first and the second and Donovan Peoples-Jones because no OBJ, he's going to be getting a lot more targets. I would probably take the Donovan Peoples-Jones if someone offered me that
Yeah,
with
I
the
think
two with the two.
I think I'd be the
I
other
wouldn't
side. I
offer
think
it though.
yeah, I think I'd want Chubb. I'd want Chubb from that trade. I think Chubb is probably worth two firsts in my mind, so it's probably a fair trade. But I, the Browns' passing offense is just
Well, I don't know. They seem to be doing better without OBJ.
yeah, that's always been the way.
That's
Baker's always he always seems to have like a random receiver that he's really good with, and you never
hmm
really don't understand why.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll
the
see.
other trade then we had was so this one was Calvin Ridley and a 2022 first for Chris Godwin. This obviously plays into the the Ridley issue. I'm not really sure how you approach this issue because obviously it's a mental health thing, so you can't really put a timeline on any of it involved here. So you're kind of guessing as to what's happening.
Yeah. Um. I mean, that's actually in my league that I'm in.
Oh, was that
So.
102? Was it?
hmm Hmm.
And was there much reaction to the trade in the league, or was it mostly just kind of
No.
everyone put
No.
the
It's
head
just
down and look?
everyone just watched it go by and that was it. But I mean, it, depending on when Calvin really decides to come back, probably next season. Um, definitely the person that got Calvin Ridley in the first one in that.
Yeah, if you're rebuilding,
Right.
it's probably a great trade for you. But if you're competing right now, the Chris Godwin side is obviously better because you can use Chris Godwin now. I think he's
Right.
injured at the minute though. Is he? He has some sort of injury. I think I saw Bruce Arians
He
said he
is.
will play at the weekend.
I think he's a game time decision.
Oh God. Well,
Yeah. So
we know.
good luck with that and being the Buccaneers offense.
Yeah, the Buccaneers offense is just annoying because I know at the minute it's a bit clearer because Brown isn't there, but it's still just painful when they're all there.
Right.
So we went through everyone that got into the playoffs. So there's currently Smitty Dubs, Tucson Tryhards, Jacob Rich, Fantasy Candyland, I Am Groot, Kai Undergrace, CMC Donald, and Louisville Elite. And I'm just doing a quick scan, and CMC Donald is actually the highest scorer with 1086. So everyone's trying to catch up to him. Essentially, he's the big dog at the minute.
Right. I feel like I've been hearing his name all season.
And he's not even in your league.
Right.
Uh, but what we'll do quickly is we'll go into the other leagues and just take a look and see who's kind of in the running, how the leagues are shaking out a little bit and what's going on. So in 101, I'm just going to pull down the actual league table for you here so you can see it as well. But we have Smitty Dubs and Tucson Try Hard. They're the two at the top we were talking about. But then look at Miles with 1022.06 scored and a 5-4 record. You would be sick. You're two wins behind and you're the highest scorer in the league.
Yeah. That's gotta hurt for
Yeah, he's
sure.
got 10-19 scored against him. He's just had a bad run of it, obviously. There's a lot of guys 5-4 in this league as well. There's 5 guys all at 5-4. So there's a lot of actual competition there, but I don't know if they're going to catch the two at the top at this stage.
No, I mean unless they just go on a losing streak.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing that can
Miles obviously
happen.
has a pretty strong team, though. He could probably catch him eventually. Like, we'll take a look at Miles' team quickly and see. So Matt Ryan, Dalvin Cook, Austin Eckler, Robert Woods, Jarvis Landry, Travis Kelce, Keenan Allen, and Cordero. Cordero is just a
Cordell's
find this season.
yeah, he's the Jansport of that team. He's carrying them on his back.
Yeah. You were saying earlier before the show that you traded him away in a league.
Yeah, in another league I traded him away. Is him and Debo for someone offered me that for Devontae Adams and Miles Gaskin. So I took that and I already have Lamar and CD, Justin Jefferson, Najee and Aaron Jones. So I mean, why not try to get some more points?
Yeah, I think you're probably going to win that league.
Yeah, I'm in second right now, so because that big bye week hurt me, and that was my only loss so far. So uh,
Yeah,
me and this other guy are battling for first and second. So, but I have the most points, so we'll see what happens.
yeah, you're definitely going to have the most points for the team like that anyway. We'll jump into 102 then, and this is your league. So, well, you're currently 4-5. You have a chance at this, man. You're doing yourself a bit of damage there. You could get into at
Yeah,
least.
I don't know. My team they just don't want to show up sometimes. So we'll see what happens. I just got Kittle back, so we'll see how that
Yeah, we'll
goes.
take a quick look. So you got Dak, James Conner, James Robinson. You like the James at running back. Uh, Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, George Kittle, the Beasles, and Hunter Renfro. Nick Chubb sitting on your bench. Yeah, you got a
Mhm.
decent little team going here. You have at least
I'm
a
good in the
shot at
future.
yeah. Yeah, you have at least a shot at getting into the playoffs in your own league.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
So in third in this league, Rosie B. So that is Jared's wife, who was on a couple of weeks ago. She's also sitting at 7-2 as well. So she's narrowly getting it done out by just points scored. She has 901 scored, and then Drew B
Yeah,
sits.
she's got a tough team.
Oh yeah, have you come up? Let's take a look.
Oh
Josh
yeah,
Allen, Le'Veon Bell. Oh, Le'Veon Bell last night
disgusting.
it was awful.
Yeah, that whole game was awful.
I like I can't believe the Dolphins got away with just like zero blitz every play.
Yeah, it's
Like I I didn't
they
realize you could do that in the NFL.
no. Well, when the offense is just trying to throw screens in every play, it seemed like so. I mean, uh, all out blitz would probably work against that if they knew you're just throwing a screen all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like every time Lamar tried to like a downfield pass, it just seemed to be like over Hollywood's head by about 10 yards. So it was very
Yeah,
frustrating to watch.
yeah.
Anyway, Josh Allen, Le'Veon Bell, Boston Scott, Justin Jefferson, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Ricky Seals-Jones, Devonta Smith, and Jacoby Myers. It's a real hodgepodge of a team Rosie B's got going on here, but it seems to be stacking up wins.
Yeah, for some reason, week after week, she knows how to put them together, and they pull out wins for her. So
Mixon and Harris are both sitting on the bench, and so is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. There is obviously a stack of stuff coming back strong. Oh, and AJ Green sitting down there nice and
yeah,
quiet.
yeah,
We'll move on to 103 then and see who's in the hunt in here. So in 103, we have another team sitting at 7-2, along with the two that are in the playoffs. So Al Murray 10, just points against 987 they've scored. So they're just sitting there as well. And then another team, M Perry, is 6-3. So there's a bit of a hunt going on in 103. And then
yeah.
104, then we have uh, a whole stack of teams sitting at 4-5 and 5-4. So there's definitely a dogfight going to happen here.
Right.
And that brings us all the way through the leagues. So we've talked Thursday night football, we've talked the leagues. So now we can actually get into a bit of preview and we can pick a bet. So you picked the Kyle Pitts line perfectly last time. So I hope you have another prop stashed for us there, or pull one out as we're going.
Uh, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I might actually bet this week because you've proven yourself pretty good at the old lines. So first game, Bills Jets. Bills are a 12.5 point favorite after their flop, we'll call it, at the weekend. They're
Yeah.
they're 9 points to
Um,
6.
I don't
Bills
know.
over under 47.5 points. It seems like quite a big line, 12.5. I don't know. I don't know if the
Yeah. I would
Bills
suggest to
cover that.
cover. I would take the Jets to cover it.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like it's Mike White as well, so it's going to
Yeah,
be pretty good.
right. Um, not that's a tough over under because
Yeah, I
seeing
think I'd
after
take the
last
under.
week, yeah, yeah, we probably have to after last week with the Bills,
Yeah.
and if the Jets can come out and shut them down somehow, and it
The
could be a
Jets
very
were
low
okay.
scoring game.
The Jets have been okay defensively as well. They haven't been
Right,
awful. They've been keeping games relatively close.
right. I mean, they've beaten the Titans and so
Yeah, the
never
Titans
know.
7-2.
Yeah, lost to the Jets. Uh,
So what do you think fantasy wise then? The Bills, who do we have? Josh Allen, you're gonna play him.
yeah,
He's okay.
Stephon. Yeah,
Stefan, yeah. Do you play Manny Sanders? I think you probably put him in. You put him in a
I
flex.
think I think you play him, Beasley in the flex. If you're desperate for it,
Yeah.
like I am.
I don't know. Is Dawson Knox fully back? I've seen questionable beside his name, so I'm not sure if he's going to play or not. It'd be interesting to monitor anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if I would throw him out this week, just because if he is playing, you'd probably just want to see what happens.
They might not need him either. They could easily just work him in slowly.
Right, right.
The Jets, I don't care. I'm not playing any of them. I don't care if Mike White's there.
No, no, I don't think I would want to play any Jets either.
Saying that though, Elijah Moore is seeming to come on a little bit. He had a pretty good game last week, didn't he?
Elijah Moore and Michael Carter, they're
Oh, that's
probably
right.
two
Michael
players.
Carter had a great game.
Yeah, probably two players to look at, coming into the future. But I don't know about this game.
Yeah, no, I think I'd stay away as well. Buccaneers, Washington football team. Buccaneers 9.5 point favorites over under 51. Ooh, that's nice. Um,
Um,
where do we start with Tom Brady and the Bucks? Do we go? Do we think they have that 9.5 points in them? I would
I think they
say they
coming
do.
off a bye week. Yeah,
Washington have been awful as well. There hasn't been
yeah. It's
any
not the
real
same.
bright sparks.
It's not the same defense that people are thinking. Um,
Antonio
yeah, I would
Gibson's
take them to
also
cover it.
been has
Yeah,
also been really disappointing.
yeah. So has Heineke. So yeah,
Imagine if we had
I would take Tampa Bay cover.
Imagine if we had gotten the Fitzmagic experience. Imagine we had that this season. It would have been so much fun. It was just taken away from us.
Yeah, with that offense, it would have been very exciting to watch.
So Tampa Bay, we're going to play Tom Brady. We're going to play Leonard Fournette,
Hmm.
uh, Mike Evans, and then I think just look at the other receivers. Antonio Brown's not going to play anyway. So if Godwin's
No.
there, you play him. That's about it.
Yeah, yeah. He is a game time decision, so we'll
What do you think
we'll
about
see.
JD McKissick then on the other side? Do you think you'd play McKissick?
Uh, yeah, they're gonna probably be in a lot of garbage time. So you,
Yeah, you can throw him in a flex handy enough, or if you're completely desperate, put him in. Like I do have a team that's absolutely ravaged with injuries, and I am playing McKissick in it this week, but that's because Barkley's on by, Kareem Hunt is broken, and Travis Etienne never even got started.
yeah. So that's tough. Yeah, that wow. Like, yeah, that's real tough.
Yeah. Falcons then at the Cowboys. Cowboys are 8 point favorites with a 54.5 over under. A lot of points apparently.
Mm, I
Cowboys
don't
coming off a
know.
loss as well.
I don't know. I think Atlanta can cover that.
Yeah, you think you? Oh, very, very out there to call. You can never put it past the Cowboys to just explode on themselves either, can you?
No, I think Zeke's still hurt too.
Yeah, he was
So
in and out last week, wasn't he?
yeah. So I don't know. I think Atlanta could cover. I mean, that's a lot of points that they're throwing out
Yeah,
there for the over under.
I'd be taking the under in this game. I think Vegas might have just gone a little bit too far with that. I understand the Dallas offense can be very potent, and the Falcons have been better, but that's still a lot of points.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And then Atlanta, you're probably playing Kyle Pitts and Cordero. I
Cordero for sure.
I don't think I'd play Matt Ryan even with this over under. I think you're playing with fire a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean that's a every week thing with Matt Ryan.
I did have to play him last week because of all the Rodgers nonsense, so I ended up having to put him
Well,
in my team. But I might
worked
have to
out
do that
well.
again this week. It
Yeah.
did work out, yeah. I was pretty happy by the end of it.
Yeah, so Dallas likes giving up points, so
Yeah,
you never
Matt
know.
Ryan gets no respect. We might put him in again. Saints at Titans. Titans 7-2 with their loss to the Jets, like we said. 2.5 point favorites, over under 44. That's low over under, isn't it?
Hmm.
I suppose the Saints have no real way of scoring points because I saw Kamara's out now as well. He's not playing this weekend, which is going to be
Right,
disgusting.
and they have Trevor Simeon.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah. Uh, I don't. I think
Mark
Tennessee
Ingram
will
is your
cover
main running
that.
back.
Yeah, I think Tennessee will cover that spread.
I saw that
Under for sure.
yeah, I'd say the under, but Tannehill I saw was also sick this week, so he's recovering from
Yeah,
illness. He's supposed to play, but it's another red flag, another thing you don't really want to see.
right. Maybe Adrian Peterson has one of his old games and just explodes.
He gets in the time machine, him and
Ye-
Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Straight back to 1985. AJ Brown and Julio are a go anyway, so we play the two of those. You hope Tannehill is in any fit state to play, and then on the Saints side, Mark Ingram or bust.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all you can play for the Saints right now.
Yeah, would you play Callaway if you were in a pinch?
Mm,
It,
maybe.
Callaway
I
is
don't know.
Callaway's like a break glass situation. It's like if I have
Yeah.
no other option, I might
Everyone's
consider it.
hurt yeah.
Okay, Jacksonville at the Colts. Colts are 10-point favorites with a 47.5 over under. What do you think of this divisional game? Do you think this could get a bit wacky?
Um 10 points. I don't know about 10 points.
But
Um
Urban Meyer's coming off a win. They're hyped. They're ready to go.
yeah, I think maybe they could cover.
Their swashbuckling offense, they got 9 points last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell no. No. Yeah, they're not going to score much against that defense.
What have you thought of Trevor Lawrence? Do you think is he impressing you, or is he kind of like next for the
Um
graveyard?
I think it's more of Urban Meyer has to figure out what he wants to do with that offense.
Urban Meyer just kind of like strikes me as someone that he'd be that annoying guy at a bar who just kept shouting and shouting and shouting.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think it's Trevor. I think it's Urban. I think he needs
Yeah,
to figure out what he wants to do. He has
or
a good running back. He has a talented quarterback. Just, you know, let them do their thing. I think he's just
or
trying to force it too
he could
much.
just retire and make it easy for us all.
Yeah, get a real NFL coach that in there that knows what he's doing.
If you have Jonathan Taylor on your team, you're pretty happy this week anyway. I can imagine he
Oh
will
yeah,
eat.
he's probably gonna have another 30-point game.
Annoyingly enough for me in redraft, I traded away Pittman before the breakout happened, and now I have to watch Pittman be great every week.
Oh yeah, that's tough. I was actually pretty high on Pittman. I tried to get him any way I could in drafts, and I didn't even get to touch him in drafts. So uh, I re I regret not probably not reaching for him around early maybe, but
Yeah, he was kind of around 10 pick, wasn't he? And it was at the time you didn't know what you were getting, but if you got him, it's been a nice pick for you. But I'm
Right.
the idiot who traded him away. So,
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
oh, this next game is going to be a barn burner. The Detroit Lions at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers 7.5 point favorites, over under at 42.5. Yuck, yuck.
It's gonna be a good game for Najee Harris.
Yeah, Najee should eat. Jamal Williams is out as well, so DeAndre Swift will probably have a decent game.
Um, Maybe, yeah.
He seems
Depends
to
what
do.
Steelers defense shows up.
Yeah, the Steelers defense has been a bit weird this year, hasn't it? It kind of like it can be really good or really bad.
But it
And
seems like they're starting to pick it up now.
Monday night was it was a hard watch as well, though. Jesus,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can keep watching Big Ben throw it 10 yards.
Oh yeah, no, he's horrible. The
Did
the defense is really, and Najee Harris are really the only reasons keeping them alive in the league.
Did you see when Big Ben was like behind the line of scrimmage and he had like 6 seconds and he's winding up, he's pulling the arm back, he's going as far as he can, he launches the ball and it drops like 15 yards short of everyone. James Washington has to like run back towards it to catch it.
Yeah, he's tough to watch. He needs to retire after this season for sure.
Yeah, just so everyone doesn't have to watch it again.
Yeah, that, and he might just break in half the next time he gets hit.
But every time he gets hit, it doesn't look like they really get him down right. He kind of like, half falls and then
Yeah,
lands on the
well,
ground.
yeah, he's a huge guy, so I don't
And
know. He's getting old.
yeah, those old bones don't really fall the way they used to.
Right.
Um, Vikings at Chargers. Chargers are 3 point favorites, 53 point over under. This should be a bit of fun to watch. I love watching the Vikings because it's never easy.
Oh man, Mike Zimmer pisses me off so much because why are you not getting Dalvin Cook the ball more?
Yeah, he seems to give him like 10 carries in the first half every week. Dalvin Cook gets really hot, and then the second half just nothing happens. He just like
Right.
he has his fantasy points for the week.
Yeah, it's tough to watch. I mean, I'm a Packers fan. I like watching the Vikings lose, but fantasy wise, at least get the ball to Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook more, please.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson seems to be like he seems to be ticking away okay this year, but he hasn't had any like amazing games, has he? Like he hasn't blown up for like 100 yards and 2 TDs. Maybe
Yeah,
he
if he doesn't
has.
score a touchdown, it's not a good week for him in fantasy.
Yeah, I don't own him anywhere, so I haven't been paying that much attention to him. But it's just I haven't heard his name that much this year, and like last year was just so good as well.
Yeah.
Um, so Jefferson, Thielen, Dalvin Cook on the Viking side, they're all in. I'd probably try and avoid Kirk Cousins because I just always try and avoid Kirk Cousins.
Fair enough.
Chargers then. How's Eckler actually? Is he fully healed up? I can't remember if he even played last week.
I think he played last week.
And then Mike Williams had the awful game, didn't he? He had like 2 catches or
Mm,
something like that. It was
yeah,
it was a bit
yeah,
weird. This whole Chargers offense is a little bit weird at the minute.
yeah. I don't. They were starting off hot, and they're starting to fall apart now. It seems like.
Isn't everyone in the division tied at the minute? I can't remember
Yep.
that. I think they're all
Yes,
yeah,
they
they're
are.
all. How did that happen?
The Chiefs started winning games, and everyone else started losing.
But even we'll get to the Chiefs, but geez, even they don't feel like they're winning
No,
games.
no. Mm-mm.
So then Carolina coming to the desert to play the Cardinals. Cardinals are 10.5 point favorites with a 44.5 point over under. Vegas obviously don't think the Panthers are going to score much in this game.
They're probably right.
Yeah, Cam obviously isn't playing this week, so I think we will get PJ Walker this week. Have they said Cam's not playing this week yet, actually, or do we
I
have
don't
that
think he
option?
can. I don't think he can because of COVID protocols. He's not vaccinated, stuff like that.
Yeah, and plus he'd have to look like the playbook will have changed since he was
Right.
there anyway. But I I don't know how this Cam move is actually going to work out for the Panthers. I don't know what to expect. So
He'll probably
I'd
be
say,
better than Sam Darnold.
yeah. Some of Sam Darnold's interceptions, you kind of just look at and think, what were you even doing, man?
Yeah. Did you watch where Robbie Anderson was just screaming at him on the sideline?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'd say Robbie is just so frustrated. He's like, I got away from you. I left you in New York. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
DJ Moore, then you're gonna play DJ. You're not gonna play Robbie, and then well, are you even gonna play DJ with PJ Walker rocking around?
well, he's the number one receiver, so yeah, I would.
Yeah, you just gotta play him and leave it at that. And then CMC's in, and then for the Cardinals, it's the same roulette you've been playing all year. You play in everyone, especially James Conner this week.
Yeah, for sure, James. I know I'm not making that mistake again. I'm playing James Conner.
The 30-point scars are not going to happen again.
Yeah, no, no.
Eagles at Broncos. Broncos 2.5-point favorites. Over under 45. I kind of like the Eagles to cover that. I think the Eagles have a shot here.
In Denver.
Yeah, I struggle to trust Teddy sometimes. You know, it feels
I
like the.
struggle to trust Hurts.
That's a good point. That is a very,
Yeah,
very good point. Yeah, the like Hertz is just he's so
it
bad. I
hurts
don't
to
know how
watch
he still
him.
has a job. Yeah, he's so bad. I don't understand
Yeah.
how he has a job. Like
Mm.
if you had told me when they played the Lions they'd score 44 points and Hertz would have 10 fantasy points, I would have just thought, no, it's not actually possible for that to happen. But that's what happened.
Yeah, he's not the reason they're winning. That's for sure.
And it's so frustrating with Devonta Smith as well because you know
Hmm.
Hertz is only going to pass for one touchdown, and it's just whether or not he catches it is the only way you're going to get any points from him.
Right, right.
Tim Patrick had a big week last week, but I don't know if you can trust him again. Judy's probably going to start taking more of those points, I'd say, as we get further
Definitely.
into this recovery.
Yeah, they Teddy Bridgewater would be dumb not to throw it to Jerry Judy.
Yeah, Jerry Judy's a beast.
Hmm.
Um, Seahawks at your Packers. Packers 3-point favorites over under 49. I assume this line is based on Aaron Rodgers playing.
Rogers, correct.
I saw Rodgers saying he thinks he'll be able to play, but I'm not sure what the protocol is around COVID.
He can come back Saturday
He can come back Saturday. Oh, that's good news. So we'll actually have Russ
following
versus.
negative test results.
Oh, okay. Well, I assume he's already tested negative, is he? Well, we
Right,
don't know this.
right.
We can fingers crossed because I want to see Russ against Aaron Rodgers. I think like that's a game we need to see, even though we don't know what Russ is like coming back from the injury either. It's been quite a rushed back uh, injury, I think, by the looks of it.
That and not to sound biased, but the Packers defense has been showing up in these games. They were the reason they were close last week in the Chiefs. Even
Is
being injured everywhere. I
is
think
Quan
they're still
Alexander
gonna.
back or is he still injured?
Uh, Jair, I think he can come back after this week.
Okay, okay. Well, we'll
So
we'll see. We'll see what happens with this because I haven't seen Russ play at all, and I don't know. Like Lockett has been like one week he's been okay, another week he's been bad, and then DK just seems to always get a couple of big catches. So it'll be interesting to see.
yeah,
I think Chris Carson's back in this game as well, so everyone should have the full allotment of players. So we should have a good game, hopefully.
uh, yeah. I hope it's a very high scoring game fantasy wise, but definitely Packers coming out on top.
Yeah, you need to stay in the race for the NFC.
Yeah, for sure.
Then Sunday Night Football, we have Kansas City Chiefs at Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm,
Chiefs 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 52. I will be taking the under in that.
yeah, I don't trust the Kansas City offense right now.
I'm the exact same. I just don't think they're capable of scoring over 20 points for some reason.
No, I think teams have finally, been actually watching film on them and after these past few years and figuring them out a little bit.
Yeah, I think the Super Bowl was a great illuminator there that they realized you can, if you hurry and rush Mahomes and Tyreek Hill isn't on his game, all you
Right,
have to do is kind of take Kelsey out.
right.
Saying that though, I wouldn't bet against Tyreek Hill going off for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, you never know. You really never know with them.
I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is trending to be back. I'm not sure how much of a workload he'll get as either, but it's still a positive sign.
Hmm.
And then the Raiders, ugh, Darren Waller. Do you want to play anyone else there?
Not really.
No, it's yeah. The Raiders are just they're
Jacobs
just such,
maybe, but
yeah. Even Jacobs has been. I think if you have Jacobs, you have to play Jacobs, but he's been very and just annoying.
yeah, yeah.
That's just not a great Sunday night game. I understand it's divisional, but I think they should be flexing in the Seahawks Packers there. We'll move on to Monday night and we'll finish this up. We have the Rams at the 49ers. Rams with their new shiny OBJ, who will not be playing in this game, are 3.5 point favorites with an over under of 49.
Um,
Um,
I don't know if the 49ers are gonna be scoring that much.
yeah, no, the 49ers are an absolute mess at the minute. And I have vented on this podcast multiple times about Kyle Shanahan, but I don't think he should be getting the free pass he's getting, and I think his team is an absolute mess at the minute.
Yeah, it's really their running game. He needs to figure out. They can't stay healthy at running back. Garoppolo's sucks, and
How
it's
much longer till we get Trey Lance? Just give it.
you know I thought honestly after they played the Packers they'd start putting Trey Lance in because it was horrible. Yeah,
I
Garoppolo.
think there was a fitness issue. I think Lance might have still had a concussion, did he? Or I can't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. They need to start giving Trey Lance a chance because he's a
It's
lot
yeah,
better than Garoppolo.
it's not getting any better with Garoppolo, and they're 3-5 at the minute. So is that what the record is? I don't
I
think they're
believe
going to
so.
be.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be competing. They have the same record as the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have Russ back, so I can't see them getting out of the division or even
Yeah, at least put Lance in and let him get used to the offense for next season now.
exactly, and
So
then and then next
you can
season
compete
try
next
and take
year.
a run at it.
Yeah,
Next
exactly.
season you can get 7 running backs injured, and you'll probably be all right because he can run the ball.
Right.
The Rams then Von Miller will be playing. That'll be a bit of fun. We get to see the
Uh,
stacked defense.
yeah, that defense is going to be scary. Scary to
Yeah,
watch.
even if Von Miller is only giving you 70% of what he used to be able to give you, it's
You
still
should
going
have
to be a
Aaron
player
Donald.
there. Yeah, it's still going to be a pretty good player, and you probably can't double team Aaron Donald if you have to watch him as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, this is a fantasy podcast, and we're talking about defensive players, so we should probably not do that. Cooper Cup in your team, Henderson in your team, Robert Woods, dice roll.
Him and Higby are probably dice rolls.
Yeah, and Matthew Stafford's been pretty good all year, so you're probably definitely playing him, I'd say.
Definitely.
Cool. That brings us the whole way through. We actually we were very very well run today. We got we kept to the script. Saying that though, we had a massive technical difficulty at the start, so we made it took us a
All
while to get
right.
going. Just so everyone knows,
All right.
I got distracted and was late for the actual podcast. I downloaded Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on my Switch, so that was distracting me all day.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Cool. Well, cheers for coming on and talking to me, Alex, and we'll get this live, and hopefully everyone wins their fantasy games this week.
All right.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a good one.